Good evening, officer. Could you please state your name for the record?
My name is Officer Reginald R. Jackson.
What is your current job?
Okay.
Were you working the night of February 1st, 2024?
Yes.
What hours were you working?
My usual shift, I tend to work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. the night shift.
All right. Who were you working with?
That night,
Yes.
I was working solo.
Is that common?
No, that was actually the first time that I'd worked solo. Normally, I've got a partner with me. He's a bit more senior, but he was sick that day, and the force couldn't spare anybody else.
Okay. And how did you first learn about the crash?
Dispatcher let me to go over there.
All right. And what information were you given when the dispatch came in?
The location of the accident, the intersection of Oakland and Whitehorse, which was no shock to me.
Based on that information, what did you understand you were being sent to respond to?
There had been a car crash with one car, just to basically go check it out, see what the situation was, if medical needed to be sent over. Well, that's pretty standard, so it probably was going to happen anyway. The fire department needed to be called out, basically take note of the situation and any pressing concerns, try to alleviate.
All right. So tell us about what you remember about traveling to the scene after the dispatch. Was the traffic moving normally at the time?
It was late, so there wasn't a ton of traffic on the road.
Okay. And about what time did you arrive at the scene?
I think the accident happened like 11:43, so a little bit after that. It wasn't too long for me to get there.
Could you give me a specific time frame?
11:43.
As you approached the area, what did you notice?
Saw a vehicle right down the middle of the intersection. It appeared to be going on Whitehorse, right at that intersection, right into a tree. I saw one person standing outside the vehicle. I got out. The person appeared to be hysterical. Then I immediately went to see who, if anyone, was in the vehicle and what the situation was.
All right. At the scene, what were the lighting conditions?
It was dark. I think there was like a single light, but it was late at night, so.
Can you describe the scene as you saw it when you first got out of the car and approached the accident scene?
Yeah, so the vehicle was right into a tree. And there, I saw a gentleman there, visibly upset. I then approached, and I asked if everything was all right. It really wasn't. I looked into the vehicle. I could see a young lady who had suffered some abrasions and some injuries, maybe a laceration in the vehicle. I tried to open the doors to get her out of the car. The car doors were locked, which I think is what he was trying to tell me. I approached from the other side. Those doors were locked as well. So.
Was the engine still running?
No. The entire front of the vehicle was crumpled, so it was not. But I also would like to point out that I was only there for about 2 minutes before fire rescue came, so it wasn't on my own for very long while I was there.
What else did you notice about the overall condition of the vehicle?
It was absolutely totaled, smashed the crap. The back window was shattered. It was basically a hunk of metal at that point.
What training did you receive in regards to crash reconstruction?
Crash reconstruction, I don't have any training. I'm not a specialist in that.
Do you recall weather conditions?
Yeah, so there had been an ice storm about 2 or 3 days before that, so the roads were crap.
Okay.
So it wasn't that surprising to hear of an accident at that time. And yeah, it was cold.
All right. Is that the reason why you just said, oh, it's not surprising and then it crashed?
Yeah, well, 2 reasons. So again, it's icy, people are going to slip. The other thing, though, that was that particular intersection, there's accidents there all the time. There's only a stop sign there. If I had it my way, I would have put up a stoplight there, but
You had mentioned that you had saw skid marks on the road.
Yes.
When did you see those?
They're about, when I first approached, I noticed them. It looked to me that the driver had braked and then lost control based on the skid marks. So that's how I would describe it. Again, They appear to come like this, which to me signals that they tried to stop and then started to move, even though they couldn't. As you can see, because of the way they go, they shifted. That's them trying to turn the wheel, but they're still moving forward. Now, I'm not particularly trained in that. It's just something I've noticed in my time on the force.
What was the length of these skid marks?
About 10 feet.
Is there any other indication that the driver had tried to stop?
No. The skid marks to me mean that the driver tried to stop.
Based on those observations, and based on that training, did Mr. Quinn appear intoxicated the night of February 1st?
Oh, yes, he did.
What about Mr. Quinn made you think that he was intoxicated?
I mean, he was inconsolable, for one thing, which I guess makes sense, but he was also slurring his words a little bit. He was not very well on his feet, a bit out of balance. His eyes seemed to be bloodshot, but that could also be because he was crying so much. He also smelled of alcohol.
Did you speak to Mr. Quinn on scene as part of your investigation?
I did.
What did he say?
It was hard to really get a lot out of him. He was uncontrollably crying. Once I realized he smelled of alcohol, for one thing, I can tell you right now, I would never let him drive home in that state. So I offered to drive him back. He only lived like 4 blocks away, which is when I then entered the home. I asked him just some details about what might have happened. He was just telling me that they got in a fight. They were in a relationship. They were on the verge of reconciling, I guess, but clearly they didn't. To be honest with you, I tried to get more out of him, but it was very, very difficult because of his state of mind at that point in time. He was just acting. He was drunk and slobbering and sobbing. To be completely honest with you, he wasn't really listening to me at that point in time, so it was really hard to get more specific information out of him. He just kept repeating the same few things to me.
Just to re-clear on the record, what were those 2 things?
That he could never say no to her, and that he had never been unfaithful.
And what else did you notice about Mr. Quinn on the drive home?
He kept talking to me about they got in an argument. He had never been unfaithful. I heard that so many times. He told me something about he had tried to grab her keys. Had taken the keys before he could, and she left in the car.
Did he say a reason why he was trying to grab her keys?
To be honest with you, no, but I've seen very apparent based off the way that he appeared intoxicated, and just the sheer amount of alcohol I saw that I assumed that she might have been.
And when you were home with Mr. Quinn, what did you notice?
In the home.
The first thing I noticed was the smell and presence of alcohol. I don't drink, so yeah, I picked up on it right away.
And did you see anything that indicated that they were drinking?
Yes, I saw beer everywhere. I might have seen a bottle of rum, maybe some cans of Coke, and then I saw a bottle of tequila and 2 shot glasses.
I'm handing you Exhibit D. What is this?
These are the 2 photographs I took. At the top one, you can see the bottle of tequila, and then the 2 glasses along with some limes cut up around them. And then below that, you can see the beer on the coffee table, his couch. You get a little bit of the view of his living room.
Would you say it's a fair and accurate depiction of what you saw in his home that night?
Yes, it is.
And what did Mr. Quinn say about the beer bottles?
Just that he had been drinking. I think he was watching the game.
What did he say about the tequila bottles?
The tequila I asked him about, and when I asked him about them, he just started crying, like uncontrollably.
Anything about the shot glasses?
Well, I asked him why there was 2. They were both filled, and he said, "You can never say no."